from Envy on Cobblestone. Fnatic may be a tougher test, but we've seen some surprise victories, if you will. Their T side, they can do things on their T side. Envy. The problem is they're just. You always wonder about the motivation. Speaking of motivation, JW with the hammer just running into the drop zone and being quickly dispatched of. But how can he not be one of your favorite players? He is. I feel like if there's one person who is the identity of Fnatic, it's JW.
Well, they'll continue to push the issue now towards A and winning the fights as they will around the map here as they start to get closer and closer to the bomb plant, and all the 1v1s just lost by the Envyus players, unfortunately for them.
Because there was a double long B setup and the men in E-box as well, they committed hard to a full-on B hit, so in a fake to A or a split to A was the perfect call really, because there was no one outside the window, only one person on A site itself, and once JW got that initial kill in E-box, there was pretty much no chance. Because once drop control is forfeited, it's so hard for your long B guys to deal with that and to rotate. Or to think, oh, should we rotate in case they come out drop late?
I wonder if all the spam from JW was to obscure his fall into drop, because he was just shooting long before he was in the drop. Maybe something to look back on. Now it's anti-eco round. Envyus have not gone for the force buy. Scream has Kevlar. Other than that, it's only pistols here, and one flash for Kiyashima. It is a B stack for Envy. They will have to be patient. Grenade towards the stair position. And JW's ever so slightly edging forward. Continuation spray won't be enough to shut down Haji. Now Liquor has to try and protect this weapon. Haji getting greedy for it immediately. Trying to retrieve the weapon, wondering if JW was lurking on his own. Lecro will slowly fall back, use the distance, and then start to slip away.
I feel like he should just keep an eye on this AK because they're going to want to reclaim it and then fight from these long angles. But he's gone to group up with his teammates to hit A, and it's an open site.
A big incentive for Scream to just keep his AK safe, although he can play with his teammates for the exits still as well. Which at this point would be pretty effective. You know, the money's not going to be good for Fnatic. It's very early days. But I do agree the value of the AK that Scream has this early is pretty significant. So it's going to be really cool to see what he does if he is able to save that. Which it looks like he will be able to. Going back to cataclysmic events, James.
Yes.
You lent me a book when we first started commentating together.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you lent me a book.
I'm pretty cool, man.
Bill Bryson's short history of nearly everything.
Oh, yes.
And that was a really good book. And one of the many things interesting things it talked about, which I didn't know about, was Yellowstone National Park, which is a super volcano, and it's way overdue.
Way overdue.
Way overdue for a cataclysmic explosion, which probably would take out all of America.
Overdue to the point that I'm actually scared to go to that park.
I don't think being close to the park will make a difference.
No, I think you're
die anyway.
You're just done any whatever.
Whereabouts is it?
That's not true. It's in Yellowstone.
Yeah, but where is that?
Wyoming.
Where's that?
Was that right? Wyoming?
Like, is that Central America? Central USA, rather?
I got this.
I don't know where it is. But anyway,
I'll look for it.
I think it would kick up a massive cloud of dust. You would just choke to death and die a horrible death.
It is in Wyoming, yeah.
Well, where's that?
In the kind of above Colorado, if that helps you.
Is it like in the middle?
It's a little bit to the west.
Okay.
Higher up. Top west.
Is it near Boston? In Massachusetts?
It's under Montana.
I've been to Boston. I don't know what... I know Hannah, Montana. Oh, that looks like the middle. Isn't it Vegas?
No,
Yeah,
it's not near
Nevada's
Vegas.
there.
Vegas is near to us.
Okay, when you said west, I thought east.
I mean, it's the west side, yeah.
West side.
So when you said Colorado, that's...
What was JW doing there with the AK? Seriously.
Hang on. That's Colorado.
So we're in a similar situation. Oh, that's AK-47 now. Or those AK-47s are proving problematic for Fnatic. But it's, I mean, it's not a perfect science. Do you stay and protect the AK in the previous round, or do you go together? Because you do risk losing another AK if they push with the numbers. This is getting awkward now. Flusher needs to finish his plays off. Kishima last man standing, 1-on-1 now. No Kevlar for Kishima. Flusher has made his exit for the time being.
He's got the bomb open plant for him, so he's just playing for Keo to push him, take the long route, go and fight him, and if he doesn't, he's safe. No spam through the wood. Can potentially kill him. And Keo might just...
I think he should just hold on
yeah,
to the
he should
AK.
just save. Yeah, there's no point in this.
You have
There's
no
no
kit.
kit.
You can't win the round.
He wanted the frag. He wanted it bad.
Maybe he was gambling that there's a chance Flusher was just running off to save at that point and thinking like that Kishima's gone to save. So he took the gamble for the bigger prize, and I can respect that. You know, he didn't want the little mouse. He wanted the fluffy elephant.
I mean, he got off the bomb and then had no time to defuse. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're not going to stick to the fuse, then perhaps it is time to leave. Anyway, we're into the buy round of Envy. Happy will be the AWP towards the A site for the beginning. He's got Haji for rifle supports. Less common angle than the usual spots, but it's always good to play the unusual spots.
I think if he saved that gun, they would have had at least one set of nades. They're already down to 2 smokes and a bunch of flashes. Skinny grenades.
I miss how we would usually see in the old days the Fnatic, where like, you know, JW would just buy a Sawn off every round, go drop, kill everyone, and his team would just walk over everyone. And Flush would do ridiculous 200 IQ plays.
Whoa.
You know, just that. I miss that.
That's a really weird smoke they threw. It's a little control smoke. Very interesting. I guess JW's plan is just to wait here. Oh, he's gonna go after this reload. That's a rip.
Oh boy, almost the third one, but RPK with 3 kills keeps the advantage for Envy. However, how much of an advantage is it when drop's been taken? RPK with kill number 4, looking for the ace now, and Crimson's like, oh dear. Haji taken down. He knows RPK continues to lurk, and the bomb is in RPK's possession. Crims had to go in that direction, but he's looking for the trade fraggers. There's RPK, and there's the ace for the man. Despite the grenades from Fnatic, RPK shuts them all down.
He's so good. Just imagine this team without RPK. Like, it's just so insane how good he is. What an absolute beast. Fnatic, with that push that JW had, was just phenomenal. It's so hard to see them lose the round when he has a position like that. And RPK just shuts it all down. Very nice indeed. And that's going to put Fnatic in an awful spot. So we'll just see them going for some damage. See if they can get a frag or two. They don't have utility to really get a bomb down, but...
Oh, the timing's just not working out for these guys on a long position. Every time they look away, a Fnatic player emerges. Those are shots you can't really afford to miss. Although there is support for Happy. He can back off, use a distance once again.
He wants those frags. He wants the frags. They've actually killed 2 players so far. Envyus have lost 2 men.
Oh, what?
Oh, what?
Again, he got knifed, dude. What the heck?
Wait, did he just let his teammate...
He just ran by him.
As well.
The guy just ran right across from him. And JW, I don't know if he saw his name tag. What on earth?
Look at it there. He's just, his body's just like, why?
It looks like he's been turned to stone.
Ooh. 1 HP Crims.
Sitting on the bomb is a brain expanding meme.
Ooh. No, just when Scream had no helmet, that would have been so sick. Oh my god.
See?
That was close.
Wear a helmet, kids.
Oh my god, Scream had no helmet. Oh my god. They had a very little investment in this round. They killed 4 players, got one of which was a knife kill, and they got the bomb down. They are buying every time here. This is... How does... How?
Wait, I don't even understand.
He just ran by, yeah.
I don't understand.
I feel like Happy getting knifed is really bad for his brand. You know, just,
Yeah.
but that one's like, how can you blame him?
Oh man.
What even happened there?
I would love to hear like the reaction of Happy then, like...
It's probably complete silence in a bad way.
Do you think so?
A deafening silence from
like,
Happy.
on his screen, so it's like he must be so confused.
C'est bizarre, I think is the phrase that is appropriate here. 2 to 3. I'm still recovering from what I just witnessed. That is bite off level knife. I respect that. 5 AKs up for Fnatic. Envy with the rifles as well. They've still got some smokes in the hole. 4 smokes, in fact, not doing bad in that respect. However, might be caught exposed, but Kishima will deliver the kill. Krim still harassing the drop zone, where he might find an RPK. A grenade could collide and give the position away, but here they start to move now. 2 players towards A. So it looks like it's going to be a wrap in that direction, but Krims might suggest a B. Will that kill pull players in his direction? Seems Envy are gravitating towards the business end of these AK-47s. Happy trying to create space, but he is not in a good situation here.
Yeah, this is a really bad spot. The smoke is so close, allows the T's to get really close to Happy, which has an AWP is not fun, and indeed they'll wipe him out. He'll be wiped out. Not like Get Right though. He went on the Swedish version of
Wipeout.
Yeah.
Great show.
What year was that? It must have been like 2010 or something that Get Right did that. It's pretty cool. Right, Kiyashima looking for the save. Fnatic back on top. This will cripple the money of Envyus. Definitely feeling like Fnatic are looking at a really huge advantage in this game at this point. They're going to have massive economic momentum, and it'd be really cool to see that give some ideas for JW to just be aggressive, because I miss, again, like I mentioned, I really miss watching him be aggressive on this map on the T side.
I'm really hung up on that one smoke they threw on long plat. I like that a lot.
Right.
It's
The one in front of the stairs.
Yeah, I was just thinking there's nothing more symbolic, I think, for Fnatic than coming up with map control smokes, like Olaf smoke, for example. It's such a used and overused smoke that's just so valuable, and it's just crazy how simple it is and how important it is at the same time. And that was kind of the next generation almost, where because they added the stairs, I guess that helps a lot. And the way that it was used, it made it seem like the CTs were extremely threatened by it being there, and I'd like to see if that works again.
I like that you called it a control smoke as well, having like different. Oh, wow, this is looking quite good for Envyus. Some guns to be collected. Will they allow that to be the case though? Flusher was the guy who's nearby. JW does take the initiative elsewhere on the map. This is really, really smart by JW. You can't just sit still. He lost 2 teammates. You have to create a way onto a site. JW's done that. This is a round that can be won. A 2v5 and all the guns collected by Envyus, but it will be very hard.
They've got the numbers to wait out these grenades though. They don't need to push just yet, but they will continue to do so.
Unlucky.
And it's starting to work out. Krim's moving close to the door. Surely they can time a push from drop and the door at the same time. Some tagging through the door. It's a likely place for him to be. The spray transfer won't be enough. Too many man for Envyus. But an earlier note, we are seeing the rise of double flashbangs now. Like a lot of teams towards long A would T-sides would do the jumping flash through the upper window, which is very obvious because you're bouncing it off the wall. Especially if you're against an AWPer, then they can quickly peek after that flash pops. But you had a close flash from Fnatic and then a pop flash thrown from further away. So it's almost a safety net where, because they hear the first flash being deployed, they will face and then get hit by the second one as well. And that has been a rising trend I've noticed in the matches we've seen recently. But it won't yield a round win for Fnatic. They're pushing again quickly with some presence. JW, of course, the expendable man. He has the right style to make these kind of plays, and he's pulling CTs in his direction. Meanwhile, we've got 2 CTs long, and the bomb's almost on the A site. They're wondering where they are.
Yeah, it's not going too well. PK doing a good job stopping them from crossing with the bomb, and this site's so difficult to cross if you don't have anything, no utility to cover you or teammates. Krim's doing some good damage there. These actually, even though he did get fragged, he did certainly do a lot of damage to Hanji, and Lekro can capitalize. He's got a minute, so Lekro can find a way. CT's intelligently waiting for the plant. Now they'll know exactly where Lekro is. It's all about finding 1v1s for Lekro. He has to hit every first bullet, but he will get denied by the cannons.
If you look at Luminosity on the T side of Cobblestone, they have some rounds where they'll make a fast play through mid and they just won't pay attention to the long area. But they have a smoke from their side of mid, which will land on the CT side of long A, where RPK was getting those kills from, to kind of isolate the CTs and allow safer passage towards the site and some post-plant positions. So maybe something Fnatic wanted to consider, because they had two players moving up the mid area, but I don't know if it was Crims or Lekro who was still around this area where Flusher is right now, or towards the upper area, but that smoke could have been thrown, especially with one of their 3 players there lagging behind, so might have made all the difference. Worth checking that out from the Luminosity demos. Do it fairly often. Anyway, got Fnatic now doing what they can with these pistols, but Happy is having a field day in the drop.
Not much really for Fnatic to do now. If they can get some extra kills, that'd be pretty fantastic, but it will be tough. It's one of those spots where that Envyus are in where they can really turn this game around, but they need to be very responsible with how they set up their positioning here. You don't want to give up kills in a spot like this, where you have such huge advantages. But you can often see it, a team sort of feel, get into a sort of full sense of security and maybe give a frag away that they shouldn't, or even up in maybe 2.
Rotate. He's thinking about it. Uh-oh. Bomb is now shown, so they know that both Fnatic players are split up. Oh! Peace in your face, kid.
Yeah, that was really nice. Because as well, when you're reacting like that with the Deagle, you can't just run and then flick. You have to counter strafe in the perfect direction, and then you have to aim on their face. So there's like a couple of steps there. So pretty nuts how quick that was. Yeah. But we do know Lekro to be the absolute god of the Deagle, so
he is consistently amazing with the Deagle.
Yeah, he has to be top 3 Deaglers still. I think it translates pretty well to the AWP as well. I mean, it's like the first bullet aim is really what the Deagle's about.
Pop flashes through the mid position, waiting for these smokes. There's an isolation smoke for danger, but with the quick play through mid again, you wonder if they have the smoke for long as well. Kishima picking off a lurking JW. Grenade to the back of the site. Going to do minimal damage to Happy, I think, although the AK will do a lot more. Trades now as Golden moves around the APC. Doesn't want to overextend towards the balcony though, but his shadow may be given away if he tries to creep. But RPK has more than one place to look. G in an A-long position, 2 more Fnatic players in mid. They are somewhat surrounded, but it's down to Golden to open things up. Again, not going too far in one way, but taken down from the other. Now it's RPK versus 2. And there is the bomb, and Flusher will be the last man to trade and tie the score for Fnatic.
I like a lot the aggressive lurks that Fnatic have been doing, where they use JW to go out long B. The most annoying part for Envy is that he goes out, he runs through a smoke that's clearly a one-way. Somebody will call it out, but he'll still get the kill. That's what's really annoying for Envy. But and I think that JW knows that they're onto him, but he can still do it if he's feeling very confident.
Very fast round coming in from Fnatic as they dance down through the middle area. Gee, perhaps a bit faster. Flusher though turning around to slap down 3 players in quick succession from the French side as JW also chimes in, making life a bit difficult for Kiyashima, and he's perhaps wondering what the hell just happened because his entire team died in about 10 seconds. Very interesting round, and if we look at the money, you can see indeed how impactful this round can be to the outcome of this half as we are now into the which quadrant, James? Second quadrant.
Quadrant number 2.
Or we're entering the the
Third rint.
yeah,
No, that's after half time.
no, but
No,
if
because
you
last
split
5
it-
rounds.
Yeah, but if you split it into 3s,
Oh.
so you have 6. So then
What is
then
the
6 tuplet? I don't know.
what is the 3? All I'm thinking now is cheesecake. Okay, that's a huge frag. That's a long rotation, but which way does JW go? The bomb's not being protected by the CTs. He's going to have 25 seconds to run. He's taking it really slow. He's assuming the bomb's being protected, but surely he realizes quickly that he has to gamble on one of these sites. And Kinshima's made a play towards the B bomb site, but ironically, there's no time for JW to go into that direction.
Yeah, that's a bit of a... I mean, I guess he didn't know how far JW was. There was literally no time for him to go to the other side. Just DJ Khaled, maybe you played yourself.
Well, I mean, if JW ran all the way to the bomb, but how could he know that Kishima wouldn't protect it? Now Kishima's coming in from the back. But this could be something JW considers. Could have been hiding in A long, who knows? But JW's backing off and Kishima's surely cut the noise. No diffuse kit for Kiyashima. Maybe there's one around. Then again, perhaps not. JW's tried to limit his variance. Oh, the shadow position.
That was close and he knows it. That's very close.
He really wants to make sure he's dead.
Yeah, that's kind of just unlucky because after all that time, Kyo pushes through A, sees the bomb slowly making its way towards B. He's assuming JW must have been way closer than that. But by the time JW got to the bomb, he just had no choice.
C'est la vie.
Such is life.
Indeed. Envyus with terrible guns. Terrible guns. The worst guns.
Bosh.
No Kevlar, no grenades. Should be a pretty fast one. Kiyashima starts things off well for Envyus, but it quickly turns on its head. The MAC-10 starting to work on these CTs. Should make quick work with them, although they are dodging, juking, jiving, just all over the place.
Not an easy kill there at the end for Crims, but a kill nonetheless. 7-5 in favour of Fnatic, and Envy have the money to buy once again. Will we see AWP no armor? No. Kishima had 47, a clean 47-50, but they will opt for the rifles once again. No snipers from either side. Very limited on grenades are Envy, so let's see if they are able to get something aggressive going. That's a pretty deep smoke grenade. The pop flash is pretty shallow as well, so Haji will be flashed, and Flush has made his way through. Seems to have no idea that Haji is there, but Golden will be careful. Attention to detail.
Yeah, maybe he was on the visible on the radar or something as well.
I think Fletcher did hear him, but he was confused as to did he push through, fall back, or go in through danger.
Yeah, he's checking everything. It might work out really well because the CTs might be pushing the flank, which would be quite interesting. Oh, Flush is definitely getting an engagement here. Oh, he's not. Oh no!
Oh, no.
Scream!
You hate to see it.
God, that is. Oh no! Oh no!
You really hate to see it.
That's hard. That is hard to watch. Yeah. Oh well, watch we must. Bomb will go down on the B site, and you still have. I think is it Lekro lurking around now?
I think it's still Flusha.
It's Flusha. The Flusha.
Flu.
His name is actually because of flushing toilets.
Yeah.
It was some
Yeah?
meme
Yeah.
when he it was like,
It's insane, isn't it?
yeah.
One of the best players in the world named himself after flushing a toilet. Well, takes all types. Hashtag Royal Dalton. One more round in the back. 8-5 for Fnatic, looking to have quite a good T half. But with 5 rounds in the bag already for Envyus, I'm hoping to see something from their T side once we switch sides here. That was a pretty big, widely spread out smoke, so it was a nice frag from Golden, judging that if there is a play there, he would likely be in the corner. JW's got the P90. Are we going to see a fast drop play from him? No, he's going towards the plateau instead of his teammate. 2 teammates in tow. In fact, we've got mollies to stop any early aggression. The double nades, I love those grenades off the edge of the wall, because if the CTs are trying to get close with pistols and such, those grenades can be devastating. Range is not ideal for the P90. Initial map control has been taken. Expensive with all the grenades they used. There's JW making his way in. One player towards the statue is being picked off as well. And the split is here for Fnatic. The P90, an ambidextrous weapon, you can use it with either hand.
I like this anti-eco a lot, actually. These Molotovs into what turn into basically smokes. One on the stairs, one on broken wall, and then immediately Smoke and Olaf jumping out and having the same thing going on at drop, just to make sure no one can push in at first, and if they try to, then they get naded, and then they get Molotoved, and everyone's on full attention with their guns just for a few seconds. And once that's over, they go into like a regular smoke flash execute.
Simple and effective. Hello.
Hello.
Can you use the P90 one arm, James?
I would not recommend it, because you need 2 arms to stabilize it, but you can use it with either arm. So Dan, in your current condition, P90 is not recommended.
Okay.
Well, you can just rest it on your cast. What is that called? Sling? Yeah.
Sling. It's not sexy, is it? Last round of the first half, and the double snipers are out for Envy. Some rounds all rifles, some rounds addition of sniper rifles. That's a lovely shot from JW. I mean, he's just been given the freedom. He's been afforded the freedom to do whatever he wants towards the B plateau, and he's doing it successfully, looking to take Fnatic to double figures here. CT's around a tree though. Scream will shut JW down, but there's more to find. Peppering Lecro on the plateau. Scream will get a second kill. Crim's picked off by RPK in the meantime, leaving Flusher alone. He has the bomb. There is almost a flank. Very aggressive position towards the A site, which will mean that there are 3 people on B waiting for Flusher to appear. 2 around the statue position. Scream gets picked off. C's happy around the chicken coop, and there he goes as well. Looking for a play towards the drop. Trying to tap him. Can't quite hit the mark. The grenade flies in.
Oh.
And he can't get the kill in time after the round is over. 9-6 Fnatic.
That would have been so dirty if he just didn't peek again after he did that first damage, but maybe he didn't realize the nade would have killed him. Maybe it wouldn't have either. I don't know.
I don't think it, I think the CT was on 60 health.
60?
Around 60, I think. But yeah, it was looking pretty on for Flusher. But it's pistol time here between Envyus and Fnatic. Pretty standard stuff as far as the buys go for both teams. We're going to see Envyus taking it fairly easy to begin with. And you have to be careful on this map if you spread out too much, if you don't sort of have a situation where you're playing to gain ground. And that's generally what I worry about, because if you face against USPs on the long ranges and you get players picked off before you can get close that distance, it just makes it much harder for you as the T side to get the bomb down. So much of this is about gaining ground together as a team. And we're seeing this more commonly now as teams actually going down through danger, then sort of not bothering to clear A long with like just one player. Instead, take everyone through danger, sweep it together. So it's a pretty effective way to do it.
It's like running credit card, like in 1.6 outside nuke lobby. You just run around in circles with your whole team.
Yeah.
Just to make it seem like you were rushing ramp.
Metro with many people to fight. Flashbang over the wall, and he's blind. No, he's even more blind. Lovely one tap from Golden. JW dispatched up around the chicken coop. Lots of fighting around the pistol, around the B bomb site with the pistols, obviously. Scream and RPK remain. Flusher charging through the smoke. Got to gamble sometimes before they get into those post plants. Bomb's not even down yet. 25 seconds for RPK, but he won't do it. It won't be done. That is the second half pistol round for Fnatic. That puts them in a very strong position to start off the buy round with a 12-6 lead.
We should start calling it the third quadrant.
We are in the third quadrant. It's almost like basketball. Third quarter.
Yeah, it's
Quadrant's
close.
sexier.
I was thinking that was such a great round for Envyus because every time someone from Fnatic got a kill, it was like a nice kill. Immediately a trade came out. Someone got shot in the side of the head. And obviously that means they traded out favorably, but it seemed good. It seemed really good. They had a good thing going.
Yeah, I think that was, to me, some of the story of Inferno too. You would see them actually do like a pretty nice setups, but sort of get out skilled in certain spots, which can happen in CS:GO. Sometimes you can play the smartest Counter-Strike, the best strategic and tactical Counter-Strike, but that other guy shoots you in the head first, he's the guy that wins the round.
Nice.
And that is CS for you. But
like
a good 1-for-1 there from Envyus, and that will make life a little bit more interesting here for Fnatic. Fnatic have no grenades, and they've got a kind of hodgepodge. I don't even know what that means anymore. They're just a weird.
Is that like porridge?
I don't know what
weapons.
hodgepodge means.
Feels like it's some kind of amalgamation of foods that goes in a stew or something. Like it's
Hodgepodge.
porridge.
What's hodge?
I don't think hodge works without podge.
Yeah, but you've gone for the podge, but not the hodge.
Porridge. Oh.
Lecro behind the tree position. He can avoid a lot of flashbangs from here, but he will need not avoid flashbangs. Not much for Envy to offer in this round. There's round number 11 for Fnatic. So,
Hodgepodged is a confused mixture.
There we go.
So I actually used it correctly. That's fantastic.
but we need more. We need more etymology.
Rob's living room was a hodgepodge of modern furniture and antiques.
That's the definition. We need the etymology in this.
You want
The history of hodgepodge.
you want the
What
roots.
the origins.
Where'd it come from?
The origins. Hodgepodge. I just don't understand. I wouldn't be surprised if porridge was involved, though.
What's
There was
the
involvement from porridge.
what's the like a word like moo that is a sound? Like it describes
A word
a sound.
like moo, that is a
I know,
sound.
he-
A word
he
that
means
describes a sound.
onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia, yeah. Hodgepodge almost feels like that. Like it almost sounds like something you would say as just a sound to describe a mess. That was a reach, I'm sorry.
This is actually interesting. I got the etymology here. But we've got the 4v4 here between Envyus and Fnatic. And
Tell him that.
yeah, we've got, look at JW's position. It's fantastic. They're trying to regroup. Oh, he's got his back turn though. Timing will be fine. And he'll, oh no, JW's going to shut it all down. He's going to shut it down. Police are here with the P90. P90. Well, it's all come to a conclusion, hasn't it? So it comes from a kind of stew.
Oh!
So yeah, so like what you were saying, especially one made with goose, herbs, spices, wine, and other ingredients.
That's how I would cook a hodgepodge.
Goose, herbs.
Lots of
or
goose, herbs.
And herbs. Because the way you said that suggested the herbs
Herbs
made
of
from
goose, which is strange.
Goose herbs.
Dan.
Earlier, an Anglo-French legal term meaning collection of property in a common pot, or dividing it equally.
Okay, enough about this. This is just too...
Also French and Germanic, I can do. Anyway, flashes around the angle with the orb. We'll miss the shot, but the smoke goes. This is a very basic pattern here of play from Flush's perspective. You hold the angle, you smoke when you see contact. The T's are supposed to do that so that you bait out the presence, or rather the utility, and you force the AWPer back onto the site later in the round. Golden though is a real mix-up here. He's making a lot of noise. I think he was making a lot of noise previously. I think, yeah. I think Happy knew he was there, but the MP9, that wide strafe, that fast strafe in MP9, what are you going to do?
Hit him with
The smarts from JW, it's almost like he realizes that they have to go back to establish some more map control, and is just ahead of them. He's thinking about what they want to do while they think about it.
Don't often see that smoke there from a CT this time in the round.
Yeah. Does he stand his ground? They have to assume that at some point he's going to fall back. But he's by the porta-pooies. He's by the bogs.
Porta potties now.
Golden needs to drop one. In the meantime, Haji is fighting for... Oh, God. He was almost teased there, but the crossfire was too great. And that's going to force Envy back. And now Golden taking an even more aggressive position. 20 seconds for Kiyashima to go to one of these sites. There is a one-man rotation with a second man going closer to connector. And they can hear each other now, and the full rotation will come in. 10 seconds, and I don't think this is happening for Kiyashima. At this point, do you save? Do you try and do damage? Either way, his choices will be taken away by the likes of Crims, 13-6 for Fnatic.
Round like that is such a good example of why Fnatic are amazing in mid-round, and why they always have been, and also just generally why they're amazing. Because you see this spot, just like Launders was talking about, that Fnatic are really in tune with what's going on, and individually, they'll just make a play. And because they'll read the game, and they'll make a play off the information they have, and they have so much experience. it's usually going to be a pretty good risk to take. And that last round, I think, was a good example of that. And imagine playing against that. It must be so very difficult.
They also picked only their SMGs to push, and both the SMGs picked favorable times to push. So they didn't even risk losing too much.
It looks like, to the untrained eye, it looks like they're just just ruthlessly aggressive and just very confident. But it's definitely a lot more than that.
I think the big thing about Sweden is there's just individually everybody's very good at playing for themselves.
Yeah.
On average for players, that's like a big thing about Swedish talent. So some players don't have that quality.
So where are we right now? If Envyus have some kind of forward positions, but they're locked into drop at the moment. You can see that Hadji will come in from the flank to finish on Crims and open things up, but the bomb, although it can be collected, it's going to be very troubling to get it onto a site. Fnatic. Another round for them in the bag. A mere 2 away in the third quadrant.
Tactical timeout from Team Envyus. How do they get back into this game? It's a long road to recovery, but they've got the money for it now. 5,500 plus. They can buy whatever they want. AWP might prove difficult, although if Fnatic are being aggressive, if they expect aggression from Fnatic, then AWP will become more viable. So choices must be made. And they're hard choices because Fnatic are 2 rounds away from victory. What do we think of Fnatic's performance so far? I mean, opponent aside, if that makes any sense.
I think it's sort of par for the course as to how they've been playing the last few months, I would say.
Doesn't feel like the way they're playing today, they would win a LAN. But if this map feels better than the last map, and they look like themselves, JW looks like, he's totally on point. As Flusha does too. Golden's playing really well.
Vintage JW has been uncorked, well and truly uncorked. Smell the aroma.
New character unlocked.
Sorry, I'm adjusting my glasses. I don't know if that's making loads of noise or something.
Oh, 2 quick kills there from Crims as they start to make their way forward. Envyus committing. They have to commit after that. And oh, how committed they are. Flusha will have at them with the AK-47. And the numbers game is not really working out for Envyus at this point. That said, RPK starting to clean up. Oh, so low, and eventually does take down Lekro, but he has been left on 3 points of health. He is bleeding out at this point. He's hobbling around, and JW will put him out of his misery. 15 rounds now for Fnatic. Match point achieved.
Seems that there may be no way back into this match for Envy. That said, they have another bye. So perhaps there is hope, perhaps there is a chance. But they must create their own opportunity. However, Fnatic may choose to shut them down before they're able to do that. Let's see, they've got flashes, they've got smoke to the Envy side. He'll stop the Molotov. Flusha will still go to the alternative angle, and he'll almost get the kill.
That is so cool.
I feel like he gets it more often than not. But this time it's not.
He called it out.
There's that smoke grenade I was talking about before that I would like to have seen in the first half. That's been thrown by Envy, but they throw that smoke and push the player along anyway.
That play from Flusha reminded me of Device on Inferno yesterday. You predict the Molotov and then you use the smoke to your advantage. Ooh, very nice. Again, Golden with these. Golden has very good first bullet accuracy. We're seeing it here again. Another player, though, to challenge, and from an unknown angle, leaving JW and Lekro, and also leaving some hope in Envyus's camp. Hope has been restored, light has been restored. Ooh, okay, well, 1v3 for Lekro. Bet T ball.
Have at it, Lekro. It won't be easy. Oh.
There we go, round number 7. Envy more or less at the halfway mark of their opponent's score. Can we see the scoreboard for a second? So this is the first round that they've won Look at that, just chain of rounds from Fnatic. That's pretty devastating. Fnatic CT side, well, Envy's T side has been quite devoid of rounds so far in both these matches. And again, they've got 2 more matches to come after this, so maybe they can turn the tide now that they have put Fnatic on the pistols. A smoke from JW being deployed now. Envy may wait them out.
Yeah, not really all that much that Fnatic can do except wait. Envyus. Oh, hello. Oh, the timing there is...
Oh, that's so unlucky.
Oh
Oh my god.
The timing. Oh, another... Oh.
Oh, alright.
I almost expected him to just peek up and get another kill. That is so brutal. For Envyus, I mean, the Screamer's on very low health. There's a very realistic chance now, considering that there are 2 Deagles out here. And as he said, that Envyus could win this round. Very nice from Crims. Could line up 2 more, the remaining 2. They're very softened up for Lekro, who does have a Deagle. We know what he can do with one. This is scary stuff.
They started running, and even though they're walking now, that's actually only going to count against them. Lekro knows that they're going to be on a, what's his play? If I'm him, sit on default.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, they're going a long way as well. Ooh, the cannons.
All the cannons.
Cannons.
And nobody, even if
no
Haji goes mid, just a one shot, they're really running the clock down. If the bomb planter goes down, in which he probably will, then that is going to be GG right there. Surely, Lekro, oh, you've seen him now, and he's willing to stand and fight. The tap from Lekro will be enough for the headshot. 16-7 in favor of Fnatic. Again, a very dominant CT side, but they were all over this match on both halves.
This knife, oh my god.
Just ridiculous.
That is so insane. Great game from Fnatic again. I think, you know, as we sort of summarized towards the end, it's a Fnatic that looks like Fnatic. We're seeing pretty much everything you would like to see from them as far as aggression goes, some of the reads that they've been making, some of the plays they've been making, and some of the shots they've been hitting. Been really encouraging for Fnatic, and hopefully